Hello, How To Bob here, and I'm going to show you how I changed the brake fluid in a 2020 Ram 3500. I'm going to start out at the reservoir up in the front, clean it off, and I've got a turkey flavor injector that I picked up at the hardware store, and I'm going to remove as much of the brake fluid, and you can see it's brown, but I'm going to remove as much of the brake fluid as I can. I like this because it has a small nozzle that allows me to get down in between all the cracks and crevices and get pretty much of the brake fluid out. I'm not going to remove all the brake fluid because it won't reach all the way down, and I don't want to introduce air into my brake system. But once I get it pretty low, I can then begin to put in my new brake fluid. So I'm going to pour that in, and I want to put it in kind of slow, and I'll top the reservoir all the way up, and then I'm going to go to the farthest wheel away from the brake reservoir. Here's my bleeder, so I want to clean that off before I start doing anything, and I'm going to use a air-powered brake bleeder. Now you can do this, use one of these. You can do this with a hand one, or you can do it by pushing the pedal, but I start the air bleeder and I use my 7/16 box wrench, and you can see it's sucking out a lot of the brake fluid. I want to do this long enough to get quite a bit of fluid out. Now I did mix some of the new brake fluid with the old brake fluid in the reservoir, but I found doing a fluid change this way does remove most of the old brake fluid. So once I'm done, I will tighten up my bleeder valve, and I'll leave the bleeder running until it's tight. Now I want to check my reservoir, make sure it's not too low. Then I can come back and put my cap back on, and then I can move to the next wheel. I work from the furthest away from the reservoir to the nearest. And for the purposes of this video, I did remove the wheels. It's not always necessary to remove the wheels, but I'll repeat the same process on this one. And once I get the bleeder running, I can open the valve and let this run. Now I need to repeat the process on the front two brakes, and I check the reservoir in between each brake. Once I get the front two brakes done, I can fill up my reservoir to the recommended amount, and that's how you change the brake fluid on a 2020 Ram 3500. Be sure to hit that like button and the little bell icon for any updates. I'm How To Bob. Thanks for watching.